Okay, thanks for joining me. um, yeah, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to really ask you about Highlands and about the brand and the company history. If you could speak to that a little bit, just telling our ambassadors about it.
So we're starting now? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So Hyland's been around since 1903, still a privately held company after 116 years, which is pretty amazing. We're based out of Los Angeles as the main manufacturing plants, and our Canadian head office is in Sutton, Quebec. And so we deal basically through all the natural product retailers, some of the mass market retailers, basically any store that has a health kind of section. We're pretty well there.
Great. So found all over the place then. Yeah, very accessible. Good. So can you talk to us or tell our ambassadors a little bit about the product you've chosen for the campaign?
Yeah, so the cough and cold is kind of unique in the marketplace. There's lots of other cough and cold medicines in the marketplace, but what's unique about ours is that we use a non-GMO vegetable glycerin base, which is actually naturally sweet. So we don't have to add any sugar, artificial colors, or flavors. I think everybody else in the marketplace has either sucrose or caramel or sorbitol or some other type of sweetener. And we don't have to do that because vegetable glycerin is actually naturally sweet by itself.
That's great. So what are the active ingredients in that?
Okay, there's several different active ingredients in there. I mean, there's the daytime and the nighttime. Which one are we doing? We're doing
the nighttime. I have the 3 boxes.
Yeah, it's the nighttime version.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the nighttime, well, that's the main ingredient. So the nighttime version, we got allium cepa, which is the red onion. It's a great ingredient when people have kind of burning eyes. So a lot of people when they have cold or coughs, at some stage have burning eyes or runny nose. Then it's got like coffee acuta, which is an ingredient for occasional sleeplessness when they're restless in that sense. Chamomile to calm them down. So that's another one for helping them calm down at night if they get woken up from a cough or a cold. Heifer sulph is for colds and sneezing, especially when the discharge can be kind of yellowish. And hydrastis, which is golden seal, also for when people have that tickling cough, sinus congestion, sore throat kind of thing. And then you got natmir, which is actually homeopathically prepared salt, which is also good when people have sometimes what they call faucet nose. So you have a runny nose that's constantly running. So that's another key ingredient for that. It's also good for sore throats and dry coughs. And nux vomica, when somebody has difficulty falling asleep and they frequently wake up during the night. And then, of course, you got phosphorus for dry coughs, nasal congestion, pulsatilla, also for nasal congestion and moist coughs, and then sulfur for chest congestion. So basically this formula's got something for all the different types of cough, whether it's congestion or the same nasal type congestion, or runny nose or burning eyes. So depending what stage it in, your cold is in, different remedies could be kicking in for that.
Awesome. So it really covers everything then. Yeah, it's kind of a good coverage. Awesome. So you already spoke to why it's unique in terms of the ingredients, but what are the other reasons that our ambassadors might choose this over another brand of cough syrup for their kids?
I guess those are probably the main reasons. I mean, one of the things when we did consumer focus groups, is consumers, what is your main concern? Of course, they want a product to be effective.
Yes.
Our products have been around, long enough to see their effectiveness in that sense, or else they wouldn't be reselling consumers over and over. But their main concerns definitely were they don't want any artificial colors in there because we know the effects that colors can have on children. We had that with our son. We knew that we went to a birthday party and he had different colorings. He'd come back all jazzed out kind of thing. So we wanted to avoid colors. Artificial sweeteners, I mean, there's lots of data on the effects of artificial sweeteners and that they're not really that great. So of course we want to avoid that. And then sugar, I mean, everything, most kids eat too much sugar as it is already. So all you want to do is add more sugar to their, even to their medicines kind of thing. So we tried to avoid that. So that was our biggest concern. How do we make it taste great when we can't put artificial flavors or sugars in there? And we found, vegetable glycerin is actually really sweet by itself, but it's actually also diabetic friendly.
Yeah, and kids love the taste, right? Yeah.
Cute little advertising cards that had some of our main selling features too. Another one is that people wanted non-drowsy formulas, so it's non-drowsy as well.
That's great. That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, definitely.
I studied natural medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm familiar with dosing, and I accidentally overdosed our son when he was about 6 years old. He was at a kids' summer camp, and our bottle comes with the little measure cap.
This is before we got into this industry.
Before we got in the industry, and he was about 5 years old, and consumers are familiar with our bottle because the traditional medicines come with a little measuring cup. So for his age range, it was a little like I thought I gave him the right dose, and then at the end of the summer camp, 500 kids were screaming in the auditorium, and I looked by me, he's sleeping on the chair. And then I realized I had accidentally overdosed him.
Oh no.
That's scary, and it's easy to do. So that's another great feature for our products.
That's another great feature in general with homeopathic products is, if you accidentally give too much, it's not going to overdose them like it would a regular medicine, right? Regular medicines is really important. If you're talking about 30 milligrams, then you better give them 30 milligrams because if you double that dose, it's definitely going to have some serious effects sometimes. With homeopathy, because you're talking minute doses to trigger the body's response, even if you accidentally double dose, it's not going to have any adverse effects.
Okay, and you can use it with other products?
Yeah, there's no history of any contraindications. That's another huge benefit with homeopathic medicine. If they're on some medication for whatever reason, there's no history to date of any contraindications with homeopathic medicine.
Excellent. That's awesome. Can you give us any kind of short story or maybe a consumer testimonial that you have?
Lots, but a couple that stand out for me is, like we have a lot of kids that sleep over at our house because, we have like blow-up beds and bunk beds and everything because when Cassie has friends over, like she had 65 kids at her 16th birthday party, just to give an example, which is a lot of kids. And so we had a whole bunch of people sleeping over that night. And it never fails after they've been doing a whole bunch of stuff and swimming and jumping on trampoline, whatever they were doing, there's always somebody that's coughing or at nighttime. They need to be able to go to the medicine cabinet, grab some real cough and cold, give it to them, see them go back to sleep. The next day we normally send them home with a little care kit. So now the whole neighborhood knows they need something, go see Mitch and Julia kind of thing, right? But my favorite example is actually my father-in-law. So like our products it's good for 2 and up. It says 2 to 12, but it's actually the same formula as our adult formula in the US.
And we have adult dosing on the box as well. So.
On the side. And so my father-in-law, who's an avid golfer, he golfed until he was in his 90s. He just actually turned 99 this year. But when he was in early 90s, he got sick, golfing. And then after he got better, we had a Thanksgiving dinner at our house. And my mom calls me up and goes, hey, can you make sure nobody comes over that's sick? Because Papa Dennis just got better kind of thing. So I said, sure. So, everybody comes over. My brother comes over and he was really sick. And my brother doesn't have a car, so he doesn't go home till I drive him home at the end of the day kind of thing. So the next day, my mom calls up and goes, I think Papa Dennis kind of got something. Do you have something for that? And I was looking at my desk at the time and I go, well, I have this cough and cold stuff. It's for 2 and up. And he was like 90. So he's over 2 years old. He qualifies. And so actually ended up bringing that over. Plus I brought a product over called Bio 12, which is a 12-in-1 tissue salt combination. And he made a great recovery. So, so it's really neat to see it work over and over and over, no matter where we are.
And whenever I'm in stores, I've heard it constantly where people are like, my kids won't take cough syrup, or at shows where it shows they don't like the taste of cough syrup. And I try this, and I've heard so many testimonies that their kids like the taste. They're like shocked. My kid likes this. And the nighttime one really, really soothes them, helps them to sleep because a cough will keep your child awake at night. And this really is soothing, and it really does help them to sleep and get through the night without coughing. And
it's usually worse at night for most coughs.
Yeah, most coughs are worse at night. So I've just heard so many parents say this stuff works, and they just love it. So I was gonna say too, when I'm in stores, because homeopathic medicine stimulates your body to heal itself, so you really do get faster, quicker, and so the severity of a cold is not as bad, and you get faster, quicker. That's generally what I hear in the market, and that's what we've experienced ourselves through using the nighttime and the daytime.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one of the big advantages is too is some of the regular medications can sometimes suppress symptoms, and so homeopathy doesn't really suppress anything. It actually just helps your body work it through. So normally at the end, you actually are truly better versus something being suppressed, and then later, when you stop suppressing it, it actually comes out worse.
Mm-hmm. Serves to strengthen your system overall, eh? Yeah, that's wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our ambassadors?
Well, we hope they had a chance to taste it, try it for themselves, try it, with their kids, and we'd love to hear your feedback, because that's one thing we do even as a company is we like to give lots of samples out to even people at the stores and stuff like that, because we know that there's nothing better than a personal testimony. So we want people to use it, give us honest feedback, and because that just helps us improve our products down the road too.
I love it when I'm at shows. I'm telling people it's the only cough syrup on the market in Canada, like naturally, that has, and Mitch said it again, but I love that. No food coloring, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colorings, and it's a nice clean product.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised when they open it up and they actually pour it out, because it just looks like kind of like water, and
it's clear.
It's it's not thick or syrupy. It's actually really easy to take.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today.
You bet.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.